Alright guys, I'm going to just get this set up a little bit easier. So for those who are new here, YouTube really isn't my thing. Most of what I do is on Facebook. But this morning I've had quite a lot of messages come through and a lot of comments on a post that I put on Facebook. Just basically talking about the GCSE results and how our children of today are going to be receiving theirs. Well, probably some of them will have received them already, some of them might still be waiting, but I just wanted to just get a message out there to anybody who's either receiving their results today and maybe is a little bit worried, or anybody who received them and didn't quite possibly do as good as they wanted to, or they were expected to, or they were hoping to. So I'm just going to wet my lips and then I'll explain a little bit about what this video is. Okay, so for those who don't know who I am, my name is Mike. I am a personal trainer and I own a gym and I'm from Middlesbrough. Now, I'm 39 years old, so I know a lot of the younger ones probably won't be able to relate to me, and I'm probably not the most inspirational person on social media. There's people who aren't bald like me, who haven't got big ears like me. There's people who are far better businessmen and women than what I am, but I'm just going to give my past just briefly and let you know how I've created what I've got today when I left school with no qualifications. So I left Eston Park School, which was in Middlesbrough, and I left there when I was 16 years old, and I didn't do very well. In fact, I absolutely hated school. To this day, I still can't spell and I'm still not very good at reading. But I'll never forget one of the things that one of my teachers, Mr. Wright, he was my maths teacher, said to me. And when I left school, he told me his words were, he had quite a funny voice, his words were, "Hind, you are a bum. You will become nothing in life." And as much as them words at the time got to me, them words have been my drive, my motivation and my inspiration for such a long time. So when I left school, I got 2 C's. The rest of them were non-existent. I got a C in business studies and I got a C in PE, and that was all I got. After that, I became a joiner and I worked 8 a.m. till 5 p.m. every day, and I loved it, absolutely loved it, but I wanted more. I wanted to be my own boss. I wanted to give back. I wanted to be the person that I am today. But in the back of my mind, I was thinking, how am I going to be that person when I don't have any qualifications? I'll be honest, if I'm being critical of myself, I'm pretty thick. And probably 99.9% of you guys watching this are far more intelligent and have far more to offer than what I do or did. So if I can achieve what little I've achieved in life, just imagine what you can do, and that's the one thing that I want to say. So let's fast forward. I decided that I wanted more, but how did I get it? My mum and dad weren't rich. I didn't have any money given to me. I just had to work and I had to build it from nothing. I remember when my first child was born, I had to sell everything that I owned to try and buy a pram for Freddie. I remember when I went on honeymoon, I had to sell my works van to try and pay for a honeymoon for me and Jen. And life hasn't been easy. I remember at one stage of my life having to buy big bags of pasta and mix it with mayonnaise and bacon. Bacon was cheap at the time, and that would be my dinner at work for the full 5 days. And that was the way that we lived. But then I decided I wanted something more. But how do I get there? I didn't have money, I didn't have education, I didn't have a talent. Unlike probably you know, you've left school, you've probably got a talent, you're probably better on computers than what I am, you can probably write and read better than what I could. So I want to just tell you now where we've got to. So I decided I want to do something more. So I worked Monday to Friday, done what we call govy jobs on a Saturday, so I'd hang people's doors, I'd fit people's floors, and then I would go and I would buy these shoes here. So I don't know whether anyone remembers them flossies. I would go and buy them, I'd pick them up from 2 areas of the UK. I'd drive around about 12 o'clock midnight on a Saturday. I'd end up getting back home again for about 4 o'clock on a Sunday morning. I'd then head off down to Redcar Car Boot Sale where I had a stand, and I would spend all day there selling them shoes. And it was from there that really gave me a taste of business, and it helped me communicate with people, and it showed me that if I was to work hard, then I could achieve things in life. So I don't know whether anyone remembers them, but that's what I used to do. I used to sell them shoes on a car boot sale. So how does one person who left school with nothing and was selling shoes on a car boot sale while all my pals were out in Ibiza having the time of their life, they were going out on nights out, I didn't drink, I just decided that, you know, people were more clever, they were better than me, but the one thing no one would do was work harder, and that was the only thing that I could offer, and that's what I want you to remember now. You might think today that you've got these exam results and you haven't done as good as you wanted to do, but your life starts today, just like the day I left school, my life started that day. So it then went to me thinking, okay, my dream is to own my own gym, that is my ultimate goal, I want to own my own gym, but how do I get there? Well, this here is where it began. So I took this unit there, I took that unit, which was just a derelict building in an industrial estate in South Bank, and I've created what I have today, which is a fully functional gym based in Middlesbrough, which has become the mecca of Middlesbrough, and it's been the home to some of the UK's biggest transformations. It's had some of the best athletes, but it's had the public here, and then people who believes in me. And I keep getting this message from someone called Julie, who keeps saying, how much are the flossies? Julie, them flossies aren't for sale, I wish I could get them. So let's fast forward a little bit further again, and then the same person who was told he was a bum, who was going to leave, we left school with nothing, and was told that he was never going to become anything in life. Well, I'm blessed enough to have been crowned with an MBE from Prince Charles, and was named on Her Majesty the Queen's birthday's honours. And it's crazy to think that when I left school I thought my life was over, and today I have a successful business. I'm not the richest man in the world. There's people with, do you know something, I'm probably never going to be rich, because I enjoy sharing what I have, and that's the next thing that I just quickly want to go to for you. When I went to Windsor, myself and my wife, we walked down there. Well, we raised £30,000 for Safa, and that was because I felt wrong just taking the glory, and I want to do something on the way around. So that's myself and my wife the day that I got my MBE, and it's a picture that I'll treasure for the rest of my life. And that was when the day when we arrived there, some of my friends who walked with me along the way, and my family. So I've got Max, I've got Sky, I've got Fred, I've got my wife Jen, I've got the guy who's been with me since day one, Bry, who walked all well with me, Dean Benson, who's probably one of the nicest and most humblest men I've ever met in my life, Big Tom, who's been there helping me build this gym, and then my sidekick Ashley Jackson. But just before we go, what you've got to remember in life is you're going to fail for two reasons. You fail because you didn't want it enough, or you fail because you didn't work hard enough. And they're the two reasons why you'll fail in life. Your qualifications will not determine the person that you become or the future that you create. And do me one favour, no matter what happens, pay it forward. Pay the fact that someone believes in you forward, because things like this, my gym is exactly that, a gym. And at Christmas, we turned the outside of my gym into a grotto and give Christmas to thousands of children who weren't going to get a Christmas. And you know, at heart, I'm still that 16-year-old boy. I'm dressed up as an elf. You know, I enjoyed seeing the children's faces. We had got Santa down from the North Pole. We had our little elves, and it was an amazing experience. And it's just one of the things that we managed to do as a team. And that's how you're going to get somewhere in life, is by building a team. It doesn't have to be the biggest team, just the strongest team. So just remember, if you've left school today, if you've got your exam result today and you've done really, really well, then congratulations. I hope and pray that you can put the hard work in and utilise them brains and them results and become something absolutely amazing in life and the person that you want to be. But if you weren't lucky enough to get them results for whatever reason, and let's be honest, COVID had a hard time on everybody, especially you who had to go through school like that. Just remember that if you didn't get them, I believe in you, and who am I to say that? Well, I'm somebody who's been there and done it. I'm somebody who can tell you firsthand that it's not going to be easy. You are not going to waltz through life. You're not going to own your own business. Isn't easy. It never gets easier. In fact, it probably gets harder because you put more pressure on yourself. But once you succeed and once you see that little bit of belief in yourself, you'll start believing in others. And once you believe in others, the world becomes your oyster. And hopefully you can go on to do some of the things like I've done and my team have done. And there's living proof. That's one of the biggest achievements in my life, is when we took Dibsy from 40 stone down to 30 stone, and a man, a certain guy, come on, and I don't know if you can see that, can you? Piers Morgan begs hero personal trainer to help him lose weight and stop guzzling wine after he saves obese Darren Dibsy McClintock. I remember doing that interview. Piers was brutal, but he was honest, and he was actually a nice guy. So let's get back to where we were. If you've just left school, if you've just picked up your exam results, today is the first day of the rest of your life. Don't be disheartened. You can do it. I believe in you. Believe in yourself. God bless. Take care.